big important issues in this campaign are to bring commercial development into the city, revitalize the downtown region. Right now, we're losing our merchants downtown. There's a lot of people that are in the older part of town that say, well, folks that moved in here on the west side don't know about downtown. The other problem is that we don't have a reason really to come downtown because of the loss of merchants. Police protection. I'd like to see the police department be a police department as opposed to outsourcing to the sheriff. While they've been doing a good job, I think having a police department that actually is run by the city, reports directly to the city, will give a better level of service. The police officers will know the town. What other big ticket issues? Of course, trying to keep our dear friends down in Crow's Landing contained. Not necessarily, I don't know if it'll be completely possible to eliminate our friends down there, but containing them into a smaller footprint. And do whatever we can for the people that live here, that are still staying here. Do a little bit more with the taxes, try to get some of the stuff that was supposedly paid for with Melrose funds to get built. Have we taken the money? Have the bonds been paid? Which means we have money sitting around that should be being used, and it's being used for other purposes. And if that's the case, that's misappropriation almost. And those are really the big ticket items that I have. Why am I the right person? I've got good integrity. I'm running for the position not because I want to become the next senator for California. My political aspirations are strictly for Patterson. I believe that the current council has become, I don't know what the proper terminology would be. They've become seated. They're used to being there. And I don't know they're doing everything that they can to make the town a better town. I think there's a lot of, even though there's nobody really saying it, I think the developers are putting a lot of pressure on the current city council. And I'd like to see a little bit of turnover. That's going to be a hard one since I've only been living in the city for 2 years. But I used to commute through here from Turlock, so I've seen it grow. From the right standpoint, we're seeing a lot of city services, a lot more parks, a lot of improvements to the city. Where has it gone wrong? We don't have the commercial development to support the people that live here. We have to still drive either in the Tracy or the Turlock, Modesto to go and do any shopping beyond the basic necessities. We've got a lot more houses than we need. People aren't, it's a housing downfall is a given. But even when we moved over here 2 years ago, before the housing market had really started to crash, there was still a huge number of vacancies. And I think we need to, that's the big one, just kind of slowing down on the growth until everything catches up. But that's, the city as a whole has grown well. It's just tripping a little bit. I'd like to get an honest population level that we have right now. Currently they say we're at 21,000. I don't think that's quite right. I think there might be 21,000 people that at one point, but I think that's gone down. It's probably slipped down to about 17. So it kind of gives you a little bit different feel on the comfort level. In 10 years, I'd like to see it maybe no more than 45,000. 20 years, depending on how far out and what we have as far as infrastructure goes. Are we able to provide the water and the sewage and all the other things that are necessary to have a city? At that point, I'd like to see a cap maybe holding it around maybe 65,000 people. 40 years down the road, who knows? The pressure's coming in from the other side of the hill. We may not have as much say on it as we'd like. West Park, I've already said it. Crow's Landing is a huge development. Even when it was a naval air station, you had 17,000 acres. You have 2 humongous runways that can handle most aircraft. I think we're missing a point. Right now we're concentrating on the trains and trains and the trucks. I think we also have to look at it from the aircraft side of things. They've already put in proposals. I'd like to contain it into a smaller footprint, probably along the lines of what the other developer had, where it is a small regional hub. 4,800 acres. That's not going to be a regional hub. That's going to be another Ontario airport sooner or later.